I want to tell you what we know right now, though. 2 people are dead, an additional 2 to 3 injured. Firefighters still on scene here working to put out the hot spots. This is the pile of metal from the roof that collapsed. Well, Melissa, they're planning to use sensors. They're actually not much larger than this highlighter I'm holding right here. And what they're doing with them is they're actually putting them in a handful of storm drains. There is a shooting in the northwest section of the city. We are at the intersection of Cortland Road and Lyndhurst Street. Right now, let's move over and take a look. All this happened after some storms came through around 2:30 this afternoon. Since we last spoke, the line's starting to form here. Take a look. Dozens of students showing up here ahead of Mike Pence's visit. You can see check-in lines already starting to grow this morning. We've been keeping an eye on some of the arrivals and departures. I like sharing some good news. So far, everything running on time this morning. We're at the handicap parking lot near turn 2. You can see sheriff's line tape still set up. Harley Davidson actually brought all of these motorcycles out. Folks can test ride these free of charge. Might want to bring the ice scraper out. And I know Leo introduced us to Tiny this morning. Leo, we have his relatives small, medium, and large out here. They want to know how Tiny's doing. They're worried because that studio is a little bit warmer than 32 degrees. It absolutely is, Nisi. So they're starting to wake up, make a lot of noise. I'm not sure if that means that they're caffeinated or they want coffee. Either way, we'll just we'll keep our distance a little bit. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Tim. The group has been sending letters to businesses like this one, Valley Cleaners here, saying they are out of ADA compliance and they need to pay up. The owner here did just that, and he hopes no others do the same.
Well, that's the world we live in, I guess, Mr. Johnson. What are you going to do?
Inside Valley Cleaners, Walt Lacey has been sharing his own story.
I've always taken a lot of pride being able to sniff the scams out. And I just missed on this one.
Advocates for Americans with Disabilities, LLC, sent him a letter like this one, saying he owed $7,500 because of a handicap parking issue. The letter said there could be penalties as high as $75,000.
I have 9 locations. That's not a game changer. That's a game ender.
He started paying in installments and soon learned that company caught the eyes of the Better Business Bureau.
They have no legal right to do what they are doing.
Julie Wheeler says the Department of Justice is the only group that can find businesses with ADA problems. She's worried others will pay out too.
You may think, well, they know what they're talking about. They've got this really organized checklist.
There were large chunks of this that weren't making enough sense to me.
Wendy Jones with the Williamson Road Area Business Association met with 2 people from the group about a month ago. It didn't pass her smell test either.
It's pretty scary to me.
The mailing address for the group is a mailbox at this UPS store in Roanoke. We checked government filings and found a physical address associated with Advocates for Americans with Disabilities. So we went there. 2 cars were in the driveway, but no one answered the door when we knocked.
They sell it as a means to help the disabled and handicapped. But the disabled and handicapped, they're not getting this money.
Walt was able to get his money back because he paid by credit card. Now he's sharing his story so others don't have one of their own.
I'll never forget this one.
Come on, Willow!
Just getting up on a bike is a big deal here. There's a cheering section to prove it, but behind them there's a mother who's quietly watching.
I think I'm just mesmerized that she's doing it.
Tammy Arnold has her eyes on her daughter Willow, who doesn't have a quiet bone in her body.
I mean, I'm already on YouTube, but I guess TV's the best next thing, right?
This week she's learning how to ride a bike, a skill that doesn't come easily.
Am I steering or are you?
Willow lives with cerebral palsy and has difficulty moving around.
It's like she had a stroke before she was born, and so her right side does not work.
I started trying to ride a bike, but I would always fall off.
Willow is spending time on different types of bikes, including this stationary one. Her mom celebrates the small victories.
Her foot staying on the pedal is a very big deal.
Willow's working with people in the I Can Shine program who travel the country. This week, about 30 people are learning just like her. All thanks to Lee Riddle's family, who brought the program here.
We just took the plunge and started raising money, and 4 years ago we started the first camp.
Willow's learning on adapted bikes first so that she can eventually ride on her own.
Let me stop! I really don't like this.
They know how to push her, and she loves it. Loves them pushing her.
Whoa!
Through the pedals come progress.
All you have to do is get back up, because I know you won't get hurt that much.
Now that's some advice we can all live by. In Roanoke, Christian Heilman, WDBJ 7.
Go back through these brings back lots of memories.
They're more than memories for Geneva Watts.
Let's see.
They're her history.
These children are all married now. Tells you how old I am.
Geneva was the cafeteria manager at Pleasant View Elementary for more than 30 years, from the time man first walked on the moon to the new millennium.
I knew what the children liked, just like I would my family.
These hands served a lot of lunches over those years.
Everybody knew everybody in the neighborhood, and we all felt like family.
All that could come to an end.
Pleasant View is a one-of-a-kind school in this county.
The superintendent recommended that the school be closed down. 56 kids attend classes there. Thursday, there was standing room only as students, parents, and the community pleaded to save their school. They're worried about longer bus rides and its effect on their kids.
Financially, I see why they want to do it. But looking at the students, I can't. I don't want to see that part of it.
The school is a piece of history Geneva holds dear, one she is afraid could turn into a memory.
Education shouldn't be looked at financially all the way. It should be looked at the student and what they become.
The board is expected to determine the school's fate during a vote on May 12th. In Amherst County, Christian Heilman, WDBJ 7. A man is in custody after his vehicle plowed into that group of counter-protesters. 3 separate naval forces are coordinating their efforts to find 10 missing sailors. Tanisha Watkins is live in Bedford County. So, Tanisha, do we know what happened? And the president should be getting off the plane any minute now. You can see it right there. House lawmakers begin debate on a new Republican-led plan to overhaul Obamacare. Some crazy weather there, thankfully not the case here at all. Christian Johansson joining us, tracking the absolutely gorgeous Sunday forecast.
On Tuesday.
More snow?
Hey, coming your way.
70
Well, you're
today.
not paying attention? What are you doing over here?
I just need the reality check because it's 70 today.
I know.
His next owner needs to help him on his weight loss journey. I think a more appropriate name for that cat might be Garfield.